Hey guys, I wasn't, this is a very last minute decision, but I'm going to attempt to vlog my trip. Waiting for my friend to show up, and then we were gonna head out. It is 10:45, so hopefully hit the road a little after 11 and get to our first destination. I don't know when. It's like 5 to 6 hours to where we're going. So we're breaking up into 2 days, thank goodness, because it just was so much more better last year when we did that, when I did that with another friend. And I'm also doing it on the way home because last year we just booked it home and oh God, it was exhausting. Still gonna be exhausting, but a little less so. So I have definitely overpacked. There's all stuff on the stuff. Plus a cooler and box of like food and snacks and stuff as well. So we are definitely overhauling. But to be honest, I'm gone for like 5 days. So I'm gone Thursday, mostly Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and back on Monday. So I mean, it's a long trip. So I'm excited. I'm just kind of sitting around waiting to hit the road. So I will take snippets when I can, and I don't know, you know the drill. So happy Rhinebeck. Hey, Andrea from the future. Andrea from the past did not take any vlog type snippets. I took a lot of clips of things that were going on. So there's going to be no talking. So I'm going to put in a montage of photos, videos, whatever's, and then I will come back at the end and talk about the trip, and I will show you what I got and all that normal stuff. So enjoy. Hey guys, so it's me. I guess I didn't really do an intro at the beginning of this whole spiel, but my name is Andrea, also known as Cat Lady. That's 2TCATT, which stands for Craft All the Things, and I am home from Rhinebeck. If you don't know what Rhinebeck is, it's the New York Sheep and Wool Festival, and it happens every year, third Saturday in October. And it's like one of the biggest sheep and wool festivals that attracts a lot of people from all over. And it's like one of the only times a year I get to see some of my friends that I've met through knitting and crocheting and crafting, and we all live all over the place, so it's fun to meet up. That's really my only reason I go now. I don't like buy stuff. I bought stuff, but I don't like, I've come home previous years with like armfuls of stuff, so I don't have a ton of stuff to share. But I'll walk you through quickly, if you saw the montage, kind of go through how the trip went. So I broke it up into a longer trip, which was so much better, so much better. It's going to be hard to go back to one day of travel if I have to, because it's like the 2 days of travel each way was so much nicer. So my friend came over on Thursday, and yeah, we didn't have to leave super early because we only had 6 hours of driving. So she came over Thursday and we headed halfway, which was the halfway point from us. I'm in Michigan, is Pennsylvania. So Clearfield, I think, was the town. And I did the same thing last year, that we drove halfway into Clearfield, stayed at a Holiday Inn, and it was very nice. I mean, it was a affordable, normal hotel. Not a lot of stuff at Pennsylvania. That route through Pennsylvania, it's just a lot of like very small towns, not a lot going on. Not a lot to do. So finding restaurants was a little hard, but I had gone to the same restaurant that I went to last year because we had, my friend that went with me last year found it, like Google searching, whatever. And so we went back to that. It was very good. It's called Moena's. It's kind of like a weird Italian type. Yeah, it was Italian themed, but they had other types. Like I ended up getting pork shoulder tacos. But they had really good beer selection. So I got a couple beers. And yeah, then we just crashed in our room and got up pretty bright and early the next day. I've been trying to keep up with like my fitness stuff, and so I had to like get on the treadmill. What day was it? I went on the treadmill at home Thursday morning, so I got that out of the way. So Friday morning I had to do, did I have to do it Friday morning? I'm kind of losing. I think I did. I don't remember now. So I know I went on the treadmill at least one time. It must have been in the morning, but we didn't leave super early. It was such a blur. It's such a blur. But anyways, I got my workout done, and then we drove into Rhinebeck on Friday. So Friday we left the hotel after our continental breakfast and made it into Rhinebeck around 1 o'clock, 1:30. It was like 1:30, which was a really good time. We wanted to meet in Rhinebeck because Abba's Falafel, which is like the best falafel, and they used to be regularly vending at the New York Sheep and Wool Festival. I never had it because I don't like waiting in food lines, especially when I was at the festival. I don't like waiting in food lines, so I never waited. And so last year, Adrian's like, well, we can just go into town since you're coming in Friday and go get it. So that's what we did last year. So this year we're like, okay, we're just going to meet right in town because they close at like 3:30. So we met in town around 2:30. We got in there a little early, so we just kind of milled about a little. It was rainy, it was a little bit cold, so it was kind of a bummer, but we made it to Abba's and we ordered our pita, and then we all ordered a plate to go for the next day. So that was like perfect. So we didn't have to worry about going out to eat for dinner the next day. We all had our second plate of falafel for our next day dinner, and we had I brought tons of food and snacks. Everyone brought everything, so we had tons of food for the Airbnb. So the Airbnb was in Palinville. It was in a small town, like literally in the mountains, and it was like 40 minutes from Rhinebeck. So a little bit of a drive, but it was super pretty. All the leaves, of course, were pretty, and the mountains were just so cool. So we were like right in the mountains, and the Airbnb was perfectly fine. It was roomy. It had 3 bedrooms. So I was with Adrian and her sister Sarah, and then my friend and me. So Adrian and Sarah shared a room, and then Kelly and I had our own room. Each had our own room. And then it was fine. It was clean, whatever. We had Wi-Fi, unlike last year. So yeah, we sat around, we drank, we talked, we chatted, all that stuff. We didn't stay up too late. We went to bed at like 10 on Friday night. And then we got up at 7 so that we could be ready to be out the door by 8 so that we could get to the festival by 9. And that's what we did. We got ready, we headed out. It was not super cold. It was cold-ish. So I'm glad I had my cape. I wore my dress. And I wasn't too bad. I didn't get too cold. It started to rain more. And that got a little, it got a little cold. I wouldn't say I was like cold. So, and I get cold pretty easily. So yeah, it was fine. I wish I could have not had the cape on all day just because you couldn't see the dress as much, but that's okay. I got a lot of compliments on both the cape and the dress. A lot of people liked the cape too. So, I mean, it was fun. I had people taking my pictures and stuff. So yeah, we wandered around. I went straight to Miss Babs. I guess I can show you what I got as we go. So we went straight to Miss Babs first because that's always where you go first if you want to get the Rhinebeck colorway or just because it's just a happening place. So I, of course, got the Rhinebeck colorway. So she had 2. So first I tried to decide what I wanted, and I kind of wanted to have like a project in mind, which I don't, but I got a single skein of the Hillside Lupine in the tart base, which is fingering weight merino nylon tencel. So very pretty, and I think this is just gonna do this will be a shawl. I think that's the Telly Bee Knits. It's called Secret Skein. I think it's like a bandana cowl, and it's like kind of big and airy, but it's just a 1 skein project. I might do that, but I also Close to You, I think, is another like 1 skein shawl. I can't think of the designer's name, but I really like that one as well. And then I got, so this was my big purchase. I got 2 skeins of Yowza, which is a DK 100% merino. It's 560 yards, 8 ounces. So it's like, this is like 4 skeins of yarn. So I got the Yowza, and this is the other Rhinebeck color, which is Morning Dream. So really it's the same palette. It's the same color palette, but one's like the actual like saturated variegated style, and this one's like speckles. So I thought this one would make a really good sweater or some sort of sweater vest or something. So I kind of have a few ideas. Yeah, I have a few patterns that I kind of queued up that I need to look over that this yardage should be appropriate. Of course, I need to swatch and do all that stuff, but I've never bought the Yowza, and I've always, that's obviously a popular base because they're so big. So less alternating of skeins. Probably should alternate skeins. I don't know, they look very good, but probably should alternate skeins, especially with the speckles, because they'll do some weird things. So that was my Miss Babs purchase, my first purchase of the day. And then I went over to Into the World, and they did not have the odds and ends. So every year I buy a bag of odds and ends because they're fun. I've already spun up 2 bags full, I think. And I have a bag and a half left still. And so I don't need any more. And I don't know what I'm going to do with them all. I need to put them all together into some eclectic project. I don't know what. I don't want to make another blanket, but I feel like that's like the best plan for them. Then I thought about like some kind of skirt. Could be fun, some kind of crazy scrappy skirt, but I don't know. I still have no plan. So if you have any plan for miscellaneous minis, hand spun, and all the fibers are different. They're all, I try to spin them about the same. I ply on the fly, which is like a 3 ply on a spindle, so drop spindle. So they all are roughly a heavy, or maybe a DK weight. I don't know. They're probably like DK weight, but they didn't have any. So I was a little sad because that was going to be my other first purchase of the day, but I did not. So I also got a little mini swatch thing that says Swatch Me 10-yard sample of Avon. So there's a wool silk, and then a little stitch marker. That was from Miss Babs. So then we wandered after building, that was in building C, which is like always the main building, super crowded. And usually we go through A and B at the same time because they're all connected, but we didn't, and I don't know why. I can't remember exactly what we did, but we wandered around some more and headed over towards the barns. I think there were some other things that we were looking for. So anyways, we just wandered around. We really took our time. This was like a very low-key, slow-moving festival for me this year, because usually it's just like go, go, go. Usually I've hit all the barns before lunch. Usually I've hit all the buildings, everything. But it was also rainy, and I think it made it a little more crowded indoors because it was very busy. There was a lot of people there in general, but I think you got more of the people milling about outside and being able to sit. Couldn't do that as much because everything was wet. So the rain definitely put a damper on things. So then we continued on, and did I buy anything? Boy, did I buy anything else day one. I got food. I got maple cotton candy. I got pickles. So there was a bunch of pickle stands. So not only did I get fried pickles that day, which I shared with Kelly, but which were really good. Eddie's pickles. He said they're the best fried pickles you ever had. Honestly, I was hesitant because I've had a lot of fried pickles and I really like fried pickles, but like they were really good. They were like fresh pickles. The breading was very light but crispy. It was very good. Very expensive. The food there was very expensive. So we did that, but later in the day, we went to another pickle stand, and I got some like spicy pickles, which again, they're like icebox pickles, so they're pretty much like cucumbers. So they haven't been like marinating super duper long, and they're very crispy, and they literally are almost like cucumbers, but it's got a hot and spicy kind of, it wasn't super spicy, but it was like just a little kick. That's what they said, and it was. And I got the maple cotton candy. Got 2 bags of that. Trying to think of what else I got. And then I got this, actually. I got this the first day too. So this is for my stepmom. She really likes puffins, and she's been into quilting, so I got her this little puffin fabric. Originally, I was thinking I could make her something with it, but I think she would be happy to be able to use this for something. So it's like, I think it's I don't remember how much it is. It might be 2 yards. So it's a decent amount. So she can make something cute with that or use it for her quilting. Yeah, we just did a lot of wandering around, and I had a short list of things I wanted to go back to day 2. So we were there, and then so we stopped, we wandered around, we got our food, went back through some barns, and then we went to lunch. I got pierogies, and I don't like waiting in lines, and that line took forever. So we waited forever for the pierogies. They were good. Nothing like amazing. They were good. So we had lunch, and then we went to the podcaster meetup after. Yeah, that's right. We went to the podcaster meetup right after lunch. Met up with some people, and I met up with people other places too, but I kind of threw all the pictures at the podcaster meetup spot just because it was easier. But yeah, I didn't really mill about too much there either. I wasn't really, again, it was just a very different feeling this year. Not bad, just like, I don't know, it was very low key. We didn't have a blanket to lay out on and chill out, because usually we'd set up our blanket, we'd sit and knit for a while and chat, but it just couldn't do that. You were just stuck standing, and it was wet, and so I don't know, just kind of people watched for a little bit, and we were probably only there for half an hour. We wandered a bit, and then we went back to the barns, back where we left off. And yeah, we were there till like 4, which was actually later than usual, because usually I'm out by 3 because I've like hit everything so much. I've already done everything twice by then. So it was definitely different. But, and I didn't want to spend a ton of money on stuff because I didn't want to bring home a bunch more yarn. So that's all the yarn I got, actually. I think, yeah, that is all the yarn I got. So, oh no, I lied. Something else. So, I know, I'm being very, very vague. But, so that was it. That was day 1. Then we went back home. We had our plate of falafel and had some drinks, had some snacks, chatted, went to bed by 10 again. No, Sadie, stay out of there. Stay out of there. And then day 2, same thing. We woke up around 7. We had to pack this time. We had to pack all our stuff and drive separately. Adrian drove drove us all on Saturday. And then Sunday we drove separately, and we headed in for day 2, which it was cold. It wasn't rainy, but this time it was cold, and I needed my coat, and it was my birthday, so I had little pins that said it's my birthday, just for fun. And yeah, it was cold. It was actually like cold. I had gloves on. I had my sock arms sweater on, but you couldn't tell because you couldn't see the arms, so it looked like I just had a brown sweater on, so it was kind of a bummer, but at least I could wear my dress on Saturday. So, because I don't know if I would have been able to wear my dress comfortably on Sunday. There's no way. I would have been freezing. So it was cold. Obviously a little less busy, but still very busy. I was actually surprised how busy Sunday was actually. I thought it was going to be a lot less busy, but I was a lot less busy when you right at opening, but it got almost just as busy. I mean, some of the barns were easier to walk through, but some of the booths were still pretty full. So we went back to a few places. I wanted to go back to Katrinkle's because I wanted to her booth was so overrun Saturday, which it was still very busy on Sunday. So it's kind of hard to get in there, but I managed to get in there. And I mentioned I needed some tags for my sweaters because it's hard to tell which one's the front and the back sometimes. So I got these little tags that say this is the back with a little sheep foot on it. So I thought that was pretty funny. So I got those, and then I bought a pair of earrings because why not? I like earrings. They're knitting earrings. I didn't really need any notions, so I got the earrings. Got that from Katrinkle's. Oh, I forgot about these. I'll show these too. And then I wanted to, when day one we went into this booth, they had a bunch of kits, and you can only get the patterns in the kits, and the prices were very reasonable for the kits. And they had like hat kits, and they had gloves, and they had this really amazing shawl kit that if you go watch the Reluctant Knitter podcast, she bought one of the shawls. So you will see the amazing, massive shawl kit that she got. And then I ended up getting this cowl kit. So it's called the Zinnia Cowl, and it's a true color. It comes in this little tin. Like all her kits came in like tins and bags. I mean, it was really cool. So it came in this little tin. It is a crochet pattern and a knit pattern, so you can pick which one you want to do. So 200 yards of alpaca yarn in like a natural color and then a dyed color. So this says 200 yards of 100% alpaca yarn, 200 yards hand-dyed yarn. So, oh, it looks like a single ply, which no, it's not. I don't know, actually. No, it's not. No. Almost looked like a single at first, but it's not. So that is the very fall color. She had a bunch of different colors, and I kind of liked them all, but I liked the fall. So so this is just hand-dyed yarn. I don't know what type of yarn this is. It doesn't say. I don't think this is alpaca, though. This is the alpaca, because it's, oh my god, alpaca is super soft. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. So then this is the alpaca. And then I got 2 patterns in here. It's the first time I've opened it because I didn't want to open it and not be able to get it back in. So, Zinnia Cowl, knit or crochet. So yeah, that was another one of the samples. It was like more of a reddish, greeny, orange. Still kind of fall colored, but then with the cream colored base. Oh, this, there's another one. It was blue. Oh, so this is you're not going to be able to tell probably very well, but that's the knit version. And then that's the crochet version. So you get a little bit more of the spirally look with the crochet versus the knit, but I like the knit version too. So I think it's fun that they were able to make them look very similar, because sometimes that's hard. But I'm going to do the crochet one for sure. It's 21 inches at the upper edge, 25 at the lower. So it looks like it kind of 10 inches tall. So it's different. It kind of increases somewhere in there. Crochet hook E and F, so that's fine. And then if you did the other one, it's needles 3 and 4. Ooh, straight needles are recommended for this pattern since double wraps for knit and purl stitches are used in several places. I don't exactly know what that means, but boy, I don't have straight needle. Got circular needles, huh? Anyways, I'm doing the crochet one. So hopefully it's not too hard. I've never done like a 2-color crochet project, so I'm probably gonna get that started relatively soon. So I'll put those back in here. But it's so cute, and I got this little tin. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it because I don't really store tea, but it's like a tea tin. But you put coffee in there, I don't know. So that was Berry Meadow Farm. Berry Meadow Farm. Berry Meadow. Just Berry Meadow. And their logo's cute. The little llama alpaca drawing. So I was excited about that. They had a cute glove kit too, so you could pick the color. You could pick They had 3 different glove patterns you can pick from, and then you could pick a mug. So either a coffee mug or one of those like stainless steel tumblers, like wine glass tumblers. So, but I like this. Here was the logo this year. Kind of fun logo there. And the Sheep and Wool Festival is as old as I am, 1980. So that's kind of fun. And then I went back to Into the World and I bought a skein of yarn for Adrian's. Oh my God. She asked me if I ever get called Adrian because she gets called Andrea a lot and I almost just called her Andrea. Anyways, I went back and bought her a skein of yarn for our yarn swap. And then I bought this because I couldn't resist the name of the yarn. It's called the fiber. It's called Herding Cats, and it is beautiful. This is totally my wheelhouse of colors. And it's Falkland, which I was staring at it, and I started looking at the other blends to see if they have this color in a different blend. But then the sales guy was talking to somebody else, like, oh, have you ever tried spinning Falkland? It's blah, 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 blah. I'm like, well, I've never spun Falkland, so why not? So I got that. And then when you shop it Into the World, you get a reusable bag. So that was perfect to carry the rest of my stuff for the day. So I did that. So I got my bag for that. And then we stumbled across this one. I don't even remember where this was. It's not even, I don't remember what booth it was in. But it's a wildflower mat. I got one for me and one for my mom. And so you plant this. You like put this in the ground. So in the spring, and put a little soil on top of it. It says turn over soil, sprinkle soil on top, water it in, keep moist until the plants are 4 to 6 inches tall. It just plants like it's like wildflowers. So if you ever have that like flower paper, like that seeded paper, this is kind of the same concept. It's but it's all like sheep hair, and it's sheddy. It sheds everywhere. So, but I got 2 of those. So that was super cute. It was very unique, so something different. I got those. I don't know where I'm going to plant it yet, but I'll find someplace to plant it, hopefully. And oh, I forgot, when I was in Rhinebeck, I bought some silly buttons. I bought a couple for the kids that I don't have here, but they were all cat themed. So these are the ones I kept. One of Emily's said like something about napping. Something about a nap, and then something about dreaming. She likes to sleep. And then David's was like, not normal, and had a cat with 3 eyes and something else. If I find them, I can pop them in later. But this one's mine. Cats, essentially. And then I don't care. And then everything sucks. I don't know. Just silly cat pins. And that was when we were downtown Rhinebeck. Kelly was looking for some gifts for her girls, some like toys or something. So it was a little toy shop called Land of Oz. Toys and gifts. So I saw the pins at checkout. I'm like, I'll just grab some pins. So that was that. You saw my finished cape in pictures, but here it is. I never really, did I show it finished? I don't even know if I showed it finished, but like I seamed up the hood, and I put in the tie, and then I got these like clip-on shawl closures. So I get a whole bunch of them from Amazon. So it's a shawl closure, but it like clips on, so it's not permanent. I didn't have to sew it on or anything. So I thought that was kind of cool. And so I can change them out. But this was a hit. This worked out really well. It was really warm. So yeah, I was very glad to have it. Sarah made us bags, which was very nice. And these are very nice bags. So it's a boxy bottom bag. It's got a whole line of different pockets inside. So like these little pouches. It's got the drawstring. So maybe I'll put my cowl in there. But it's got like little fall donuts and apples and like very fall themed. And so she had one that had the green top and the blue bottom, which is the one I have. And then she had a blue top with a green bottom, which Kelly got. So, and I think she made one for Adrian. And oh, and the pumpkins are inside. The fabric of the pocket has like pumpkins on it. So super cute, very sturdy, very nicely done bag. So that's I'm gonna get the strap on there. As far as projects I worked on while I did bring my I brought my odds and ends. So these are the odds and ends that this is from last year. These are the ones from 2 years ago. I'm almost done. So I worked on that, didn't get very far. So I'm just working on my spindle. So that's what I worked on in the room, or in the Airbnb for the most part. I'm also starting a skirt that I ended up ripping out and restarting because it wasn't coming out to size. But it's the leftover orange yarn. Oh, my yarn is stuck on the zipper. Okay, there it is. It's leftover orange yarn from, I bought 2 skeins for the cape, and I only used one in a partial, which I knew was gonna be the case. But so I started a skirt, and I started it, and it was tight. So I ripped it back to the cast on and started again, and I'm doing more increasing. I'm increasing a little bit quicker than I was before because it wasn't enough. So back to here. So that's it, and it's just gonna be a straight kind of mini skirt. It's made to wear with like leggings. I'm following a YouTube pattern. It was the same pattern I kind of followed when I made my very long burgundy skirt last year, I think. But for some reason it wasn't turning out. So I don't know if I made modifications last year and just didn't write them down, which is very possible. So started that over. So I worked on that a little bit, but then ended up ripping all out. And this morning, one more thing before. Okay, so then this is the yarn swap box from Adrian. I gave her mine. So I got that. Hers looks huge, so I'm kind of nervous. I'm losing my phone now. Hopefully she likes what she gets for mine. I didn't like go all out, but I tried to put some extras in there, but it is what it is now. She's got it. So that was Sunday. Oh, then so Sunday I got the Into the World, the wildflower mat, and the cowl set. And then we went to see the Leaping Llamas, which I've never seen. It was cute. It was fun. Just put in that little video there you saw. Basically just a bunch of fiber animals jumping over a pole. But it was fun. And then what did we do did we eat lunch there? Oh, I had pickle soup. I did more pickles. So many pickles! So many pickles. So I had fried pickles, pickle soup. I bought pickles. I like pickles, so that's fine. I wasn't starving, so it was actually nice. It was really cold, so a nice warm bowl of soup was good. Yeah, and then we left by 1. We were back to the hotel, same hotel in Pennsylvania by time like 7. Yeah, back to the hotel by 7. There was like no good restaurants, and I just wanted to be back to the room anyways. It was my birthday, so Kelly's like, we gotta get you something for your birthday, dinner, whatever. We went to Arby's. And it was delicious. I did not have any qualms with my Arby's roast beef sandwich and popping open some wine. So that's what we did. I also got my Starbucks on the way home. I did not know that Starbucks had decaf espresso, so like I could get a decaf. I got a white chocolate mocha decaf, so because it was like 4 o'clock and I didn't want to be like wired. So I got my free Starbucks. I got a piece of lemon loaf cake. So that was my cake for my birthday. All in all, it was fine. And then we ate our food, went to bed, woke up a little bit later. I got to wake up at like 8 o'clock, even though sleeping in other rooms and stuff isn't always the best, but I slept pretty good. So we were up by 8. Then I went to work out. I went to the treadmill that day for sure. So that was Monday because I wanted to get out of the way before I got home. Drove home. I got home around 3. She still had to drive another hour and a half or so from here, which is kind of a bummer. But I drove the last leg so that she could have a break before she had to drive again. She did most of the driving. I feel bad that I didn't drive more, but she was fine. So last year Carrie drove the whole thing. So I mean, and I would have done the same thing. I would have drove the whole thing. So it's like, but I always feel bad that like I would do it, but that doesn't mean everyone else likes to do it. And I would never make anyone drive my truck because it is awkward and very big. So, but then I got home at 3 and it was like thrust into the back to reality, like hardcore, because the kids just got home from school. And then we scrambled for dinner, and then we had to go to robotics, and then we were at robotics till 9, and then and here we are. So I got the kids off to school this morning, and then I took a little nap, and then my friend took me out to brunch, and she got me these shirts. So I got the crafting because murder is not, or because murder is wrong. The little cat. And then I know you've probably heard me talk about we're the dragons in this city, Lake Orion dragons. So we got a dragon that says I need more yarn. Is that what it says? Yeah. I need more yarn. So those were cute. And then a bag full of candy. So I had a nice brunch this morning. Got shirts, and I think that's it. I think that is it. And I've talked for 30 minutes, and I didn't expect to talk that long. So including all the video snippets, that's a lot. So I think I'm gonna wrap it up. So thanks again. I'm so happy for everybody I got to see this weekend. And if I missed you, I'm sorry. It's so busy. It's just hard to find everybody. I hope everyone had a good time. There was a lot of things that were going down, other festivals apparently, and yeah, I don't know. A whole lot of stuff. So, but overall, Rhinebeck was good, and I'm already plotting for next year. I'll probably book my hotel, my safety net hotel, in the coming months and start planning again. I don't know if I can do the Thursday through Monday or not. It really depends on Jim's schedule and the kids and everything. Emily said she wants to go one time with me, so I don't know. I don't know if next year will be the time or not, but eventually she'll come. I need to teach her. I need to tell her if she wants to go, she needs to learn to craft. So I need to teach her something. But yeah, that's it. I'm rambling a ton, so I'm going to stop because I do need to take a walk today and get some things done before everybody comes home. So with that, I will talk to you next time, and I hope you get to craft all the things.